Hello and welcome to my cards for the week. Today is Sunday, the 5th of September 2021. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Deborah Jane Sutton. I'm everything and nothing. But I'm also an intuitive energy healer, a mentor, a coach in self-healing techniques, and a very passionate card reader. So before we dive into the cards for this week, I just want to remind you that for the month of September, there is a 20% discount on all soul profile readings. There is more information through a link in the description. And also my next online course in healing yourself and becoming an energy healer is starting in October. So there's a link in the description for that as well. So please check out both of those and see if it resonates with you. So let's see what the cards have in store for us this week. Okay. What have we got going on? Thank you. Wow. I went to take one out and three fell out. To me, that's just right. Feels right. Nothing else. Wow. Yes. Okay. Clear message. Okay, we had him first last week. I'm not going to repeat everything that I said about him, last week. So please check out last week's video if you didn't already watch it, because there was a lot of information about the devil. Okay, so this is about embracing your shadow side. It's about embracing the shadow side of everyone because it cannot exist outside of you if it doesn't already exist within you. There is only you, and everything that you're experiencing outside of you is a reflection of a part of you. What do I mean by that? I mean you're an energy being with a frequency, and that frequency is what is creating your reality. Now, we have a lot of different frequencies within us. We have an overriding frequency, which is my trusty chart. You will have an overriding frequency, and you will be able to find out somewhere on this chart where you lie. Everything has an overriding frequency and therefore can be calculated or measured. I don't know if they're the right words on this chart. So, but we have so many emotions and frequencies going on within us. If you bring to your mind's eye your happiest moments, your frequency will rise. If you bring to your mind's eye your saddest moments, your frequency will drop. We have all those emotions within us, all those beliefs and thoughts and everything within us. They all have a frequency. Okay, and that frequency is going to create on the outside of you a reality, a situation, a person, an opportunity, a life experience that is going to be resonating at the frequency that you are. It's really important that we understand that. This is about quantum manifestation. And it's really important to understand that we are creating our reality through the frequency that we are. Okay, so when you experience something in the outside world that you don't like, that's why they always say you have to change what's on the inside. You've created it from a non-physical source, which will be your thoughts, your emotions. They're non-physical, right? And you've created it all from that. So it's those non-physical thoughts and emotions that you need to work with or acknowledge or observe and process. If it's an emotion until you want to be able to release it, not push it down, not suppress it, not pretend it's not there. We talked about that last week. It's not about that. It's about feeling it so that you don't have to feel it on the outside. If you can feel it on the inside and process that emotion, because the emotion, it wants to move in a cycle. It's like the water cycle. It wants to move in a cycle. And if you block it, it goes stagnant and bad. And we've blocked our emotions, suppressed them. That's why they go stagnant and bad. That's what causes most of our diseases and our illnesses and the malfunction of our human body. But if you can process that emotion, which means feeling it, honoring it, acknowledging it, allowing it to flow, okay, it will flow out of you. Then when that frequency has gone, it cannot be reflected back to you. Do you see what I'm saying? So the more you can process the emotions that are within you, the negative emotions, the less you're going to experience negative scenarios, negative people, negative experiences in your holographic projection that you're calling life. Okay, so it's by cleansing yourself, you're creating a more desirable reality, of course. It's really important that we understand that. So that if you have anything that you're perceiving as negative outside of you, it is a reflection of a part of you. So I do suggest that you look back at last week's video, because I did talk about other things as well. I mean, obviously, with the way I interpret the cards, you know, I can get a different message for like the same card. So this is telling me we need to look deeper into what is causing our, I want to say, perceived negative experiences. We are creating them. And when you realize that you're creating them for your own benefit, it helps. It helps because you get out of denial, which was part of last week's message. I mean, the energy is still intense, so the message is going to be the same sometimes from one week to the next, obviously, because in fact, I'm thinking of doing monthly ones because there are sometimes energies that are going to affect us during the whole month. So this is probably one of those. So yeah, this is about seeing the divinity in everything and everyone. Seeing the divinity within yourself, and seeing when you can see that divinity within yourself, that's going to get reflected back to you, and you'll see the divinity in everyone and everything outside of you. But first, you have to see the divinity within yourself, and you have to see the divinity within those trapped emotions, because they just want to be processed and acknowledged and honored, like all of us. Okay, everything's energy, and we just want to experience it. We came here just to experience it and accept it and grow from it, you know, rather than wallowing in it. So, and I think it's quite indicative of how you respond. If you're having a tarot card reading and you're watching this and you see this and your heart sinks, what does that tell you? It tells you have a really negative perception of the dark side. Whereas if you can see this card and your heart rises, because your heart expands, because you realize that I can love what is. I can love everything because I have unconditional love. You are unconditional love. There is only unconditional love. And when you realize that, you look at this card and you're like, hey, yeah. I hope that makes sense. I might be taking it to another level here. There's your Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles does have a traditional sort of money, business, finance kind of connection, but my interpretation is abundance activity. What activities do you do in order to create your abundance? In other words, what activities do you do in order to raise your frequency? Because your abundance is a reflection of your frequency. Again, I want to say with both of these things, your experience on the outside of you is a vibrational match to you. So your abundance, the level of joy, the level of peace, the level of harmony, the quality of experiences that you have, and money. We just throw it in the pot. It's a pentacle, right? It's a vibrational match to you. Okay, so if you don't have money and you're not happy about it, there will be a belief within you about money that is holding it back, vibrating at a low. If you have a negative opinion of money, then that frequency of that belief is going to get reflected back to you in negative experiences with money. It's a vibrational match. It's a vibrational frequency match. So if you see it from an energetic perspective, actually talking of money, I do want to say something that I heard from Sara Landon, saralandon.com, link in below if you want to find out more about her and her teachings. But about money, very interesting to actually think about your relationship with money and how do you view it? Because if you view it as in, you know, oh, you're never here, you know, when I need you, and you come and then you go again. And if you have this negative view of your relationship with money, then money's not going to come to you, because if someone had a negative view about my relationship with them, it's not going to make me want to go and love them more, right? Or be around them, or share my abundance with them. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you can have a positive relationship with money, I love money and money loves me. There's a lovely one. Then that relationship, is going to just grow and grow and grow, isn't it? Because it's a vibrational match. You get it? Because there's an energy behind it. Okay. But this is also all forms of abundance. But there is a new spiritually guided channel for your abundance coming in. That's what an Ace of Pentacles is about. There's opportunities to have a new abundant channel in your life. And I want to say channels. It doesn't have to be one thing. Okay. Gone are the days where we just do one activity all week. Okay. We are multidimensional beings and we are multifaceted, and there's we have a number of energy centers and characteristics and divine gifts that we want to explore and experience and share. So we're going to be doing a little bit of everything. So there are avenues available to you, but that doesn't mean on the outside of you. The avenues available to you will appear on the outside of you when you have made friends with everything on the inside of you. Does that make sense? I hope so. Look, we also have the Ace of Swords. So this is amazing. This is amazing. In fact, you saw how they came out, they kind of jumped out, and this one was the first one, and these two jumped out together, because I kind of want to put this one first, to be honest, because the swords represent the mental processes. So the swords represent the thinking, the beliefs, the ideas, the inspiration. Okay, and we've already mentioned that thought, non-physical thought, the consciousness of your non-physical thoughts and beliefs is what is passing through you, through your words, okay, through your energy, through your human vessel, into manifestation, okay, because you are the creator. You are creating from that non-physical. And swords represent that thought process, the mental processes, the thoughts and beliefs. So this card represents like breakthroughs, like mental breakthroughs, aha moments, when you have an aha moment. And when you choose to see things from another perspective, you choose to see things from a grander perspective, you choose to see things from a higher level of consciousness. When you make that shift in the non-physical, that's when the shift in the physical happens. It has to start with you. It has to start with your point of thought. And when you shift that point of thought, Pentacles is earth. So it's very earthy, it's very practical. It's the physical manifestation of this. So it's 3 cards. To me, it's very simple. And your homework, because I always give homework, right? Check out last week's cards, because I do talk in more detail about this card if you didn't already watch it. But everything that we're learning about loving everything that is and seeing the divinity in everything and everyone, okay, starting with yourself, is going to lead us to a new way of looking at things. Change your thoughts, change your life, as Wayne Dyer said, okay? And the audio book for Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life by Wayne Dyer is on YouTube. So check that out. This is about changing your thoughts, shifting your beliefs, and shifting the way you think about things. Shift the way you think about the things that you're perceiving as negative. See them as blessings. It's an ongoing message. See the blessing in everything. See the divinity in everything. It's a repeat of last week, very, very much so. But I'm seeing it more as a more intense one. It's like it's taking us to the next level. It's letting us know that keep doing that, keep doing that. Everything that you're perceiving as negative, just see it as what it is. See it as divine. Because that shift in your own frequency, your own energy, rather than your heart sinking with situations or with people or with things that you read, okay, or things that you experience, rather than letting your heart sink with the perceived negativity of it, see the blessing in everything, feel your heart expand. Because when your heart expands, you're expanding into more of who you are. So when you can see a negative situation, right? You don't have to focus on it so that you create more of it in your reality. You don't have to do that. You can just expand. If you start being negative about it and start talking about it, and start going, oh, this really negative experience, that's why complaining and all of this it's not serving you. Because the more you talk about it, you're focusing your attention on it, accompanied with emotions. So you're putting your thoughts, your beliefs about it, and accompanying it with emotions. And you're going to just create more and more and more and more and more of it, which is what's happening in the world, right? Which is why there are so many people thinking all sorts of horrible things are going on, because they're putting all of their attention on it, talking to other people, their words, the power of words. That's another lesson in awakening you can check out. And they are creating it. They are perpetuating it. Well, because you're watching this video, you want to create heaven on earth. Remember, it's not a place. It's a level of consciousness. How do you get there? Not by letting your heart sink, but by expanding. We expand into heaven on earth. And we can do it by changing the way we look at things. So you see something negative, it could be a person, it could be a situation, you could have read it online, or it could be something in your immediate reality, but it's something that you're perceiving as negative. And if you can just see it from a different perspective, see the blessing. I talked about it last week as well, about seeing the soul contracts, the agreements that we've made with other people, other souls, to learn through adversity. There's going to be a lot of big changes. There's big changes going on, massive changes. Now you can allow yourself to be shaken by those changes, and choose to feel unsettled, in limbo. And, you can use words like this and really, wallow in the chaos of it all. Or you can have an inner knowing, an inner understanding and faith that these changes are taking you where you need to go. Because if you stay in the same place and you stay doing the same things with the same people in the same way at the same frequency, your frequency isn't going to change, and therefore the frequency of your reality cannot change. Therefore, you're not going to create greater heaven on earth. So we need the changes, and when you see them, I see changes, big changes, as being the portals to heaven on earth, because you know that where you're going is going to be better than where you're at. And you might view where you're at as being, okay, the devil I know. But how about the God that you don't know? The godly parts of you. It's if you have an inner knowing that change is going to bring something, better, then you're going to embrace that change. When you realize that your potential is limitless, if you can just focus on that, understand that from an energetic perspective, your potential is limitless. So then where you're moving to, whatever change is happening, it could be a relationship breakup, it could be moving house, it could be leaving a job, there could be all sorts of leaps of faith. It's 2021, what can I tell you? There's all sorts of things going on. But if you can embrace the changes and just get excited, because making changes is the most important thing that we can do, even the little ones, even little tiny changes, like the way you get in the car or the way you get yourself ready in the morning, even your routine before going to bed, and, just make changes, what time you do things, how you do things, when you do things. Because just by making little changes, you're making that little shift in your energy. And you want to shift your energy, right? Because you want to expand into more of who you are, because you want your reality to reflect those changes. So the bigger the change, the bigger the changes in your reality. So once you know that they're for your benefit, the more change you make, the more benefit. That's it. That's an energetic fact. The more change you make, the more benefit. I kind of want to leave it on that, because I think that's kind of summed it up. The more change you make, the more benefit for you. So now you can embrace those changes. Now you can embrace all the things that you're perceiving as negative. Now you can embrace and love all that is, everything. See the divinity in every breath. I hope that makes sense. Sending you so much love and blessings. Bye for now.